think. Go ahead. Are you ready? It must be you. We are ready. Psalm 23, kapit ang mo, please sing with me. Sabi, heart makes This gives us three distinct names for a cemetery. Burial, Beit Olam, like this, and another like as a spiritual experience, in addition to the physical one. If life is also about nurturing, nourishing our neshama, our soul, our spiritual identity, that as irrevocable as it is, love and feel in another on a spiritual plane. We cannot physically grasp our lost loved ones. It's the spiritual feel. His perception of life. That, what we call a cemetery according to Kabbalah, is a home of eternity. The body is eternal. The soul is eternal. Yet, his friend, how much he taught us in our life to inspire us. And the cemetery becomes a home by inspiring and teaching us all how to continue. I was thinking of proper days. Show my respect to my dear friend Grant, Muslim Ben Sarah. No, it wasn't very, very hard. Listen, as everyone knows, it was Grant. I can't even tell you how many texts and emails I received from people saying what a gentle neshama, what a gentle soul. Everyone knew Grant was a real true bench, always happy, always optimistic. Grant, every single Shabbos, when he would come to service, come the first thing, any lights were green. I came early again. Only Grant since 2006. And brother, quarantine, I can honestly say that he was one of my best friends. Got Clarence Williams. Grant was never ever used. And many years I was seeing about and I learned because Grant ate his French fries and Coke for about 45 minutes. And he told me so much about patience. And hey, this is my day. This is my birthday. Where are you running? Oh, you got to pick up your kids? Don't worry. I'll be waiting right here. But every year, especially the last few years, Grant would always mention about his 80th birthday coming up. Unfortunately, as we all know, he was for his 80th birthday. He was at the St. Anthony's Hospital. I want to thank so many of you for going there and bringing him cards and balloons and even cakes that we left here until they're rock hard. Grant smiled and had each card rented over and over again. A few months ago, Grant came into my office and very nonchalantly asked me if he could make me the power of attorney for his medical. He half jokingly said, "Sure, anything you want." Well, that son of a whatever sure did what he wanted to do. The second I landed from Israel, my daughter's bat mitzvah, I got a call that Grant was rushed alone in a hospital and I am the power of attorney. I said, "What?" They said yes. And unfortunately, as the bus was developing this rate, we sent them down to St. Anthony's, and that started a long 7 months. Shayna would try to go down there twice a week, and especially when it came to critical major decisions, we would try to visit Grant. Grant absolutely always wanted to fight and live for another day. While most of us here today would have given up so much quality of life, even though this quality of life was diminished so much, Grant understood that the greatest mitzvah of all is chayim, to live. He still loved everyone visiting. He still loved watching his shows, and he continued to live with his great smile. He would always come to tell me who came to visit him and all the great thoughts that people shared with him. I would like to share with you some of the memories. As you might know, during the first few weeks when they transferred him over to St. Anthony's, Grant fell unconscious, and after day 9, 10, 11, and 12, the doctor said he will never wake up. 99% sure he's not going to wake up. Let's take him off the respirator and let's call it a shot. Now, I told him that as a rabbi, as a power of attorney, he asked me to run his job because I followed the code of law, Shulchan Aruch. And we couldn't do that. Well, guess what? God helped Grant defy the odds and he didn't wake up. And then, after he started speaking, one of the first things he spoke to me was, I came there one day and he was not in the best of mood. He said, "Rabbi, when I was telling him that his eyes were closed, he heard one of the doctors say not nice things about me, about the rabbi. And he said, how could someone say something bad about the rabbi? He was talking about you, Yaakov. He was talking about you." I told him, he's not the first person that's going to have an issue with me. He won't be the last. But I wish I had some people like Grant that was so upset that was here to have my back. He could not believe that someone would say something negative. That the rabbi didn't want to give up on Grant. He could not understand how could someone say something negative about the rabbi. But the best part is the first time that he started speaking clearly and he was trying to tell the nurses something, they didn't understand him. So when I woke up to the hospital, they said, Rabbi, he's got to tell us something important. Please come over here. I went over there. I said, Grant, what's going on? He said, please tell them I want Coke. Not too long ago, about 2 years ago, I remember, you might have remembered, Grant was in the Long-Winded Hospital for a while. And after discharge, and he kept him wanting to overstay his stay. And he said, they're so friendly here. One of my best memories is getting a call from Walmart and saying that this man just bought a bunch of stuff with your brother and just want to pay taxes. And I said, get him on the phone. And Grant explained that he's seen me shopping at Walmart and I use my tax exempt status for Chabad. And since he's my brother, he also wants tax exempt. I explained to him that he had to pay taxes in Australia. One more great memory is getting a call from the Walmart Police Department. My good friend called me and said, Yaakov, you gotta come help me. Your brother's been arrested. Yeah, Grant's in the hospital. I said, oh, he's not my brother. Yes, he is. He told me he's your brother. He said, okay, what's going on? Long story short, he said, well, Grant's and his friends have been printing counterfeit money and they're going up and down Over Street spending fake money. And we arrested him. I explained, no, you don't understand. Grant can't hurt a fly. His friends might have printed counterfeit money and they took him along for the ride to go get some change. And long story short, it's a great memory. They called Grant a good friend. Long story short, after 6 months of Grant always pulling, even defying odds after they said if his trait comes out, he's not going to live. If he goes up the respirator, he won't live. And so many different challenges. Grant has proven everyone wrong over and over again. He would always take the opportunity to remind me and Shana that he has longevity in his family because his parents lived very, very long, and that he plans of outliving me and Shana, and that my son Mayor will have to bury him. I honestly believe that the world lost today a giant. The day I met him 17 years ago, and he shared with me that he's only half Jewish because his mom is Jewish. His mom told her on her deathbed that she is Jewish and left him a bag that he opened in front of me with a menorah, chumash, and a siddur, and said to him that he should find a rabbi in the right time. And I told him that he's Jewish. Just a few weeks later, he got a appearance film, and he really never missed a day. Even Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, he somehow figured out how to put it on. He came every Saturday, and as you all know, he was in charge of turning the page turner, and he lived and breathed Judaism. So although he only discovered his last 17 years of his life, in his 60s, that he's Jewish, he completely immersed himself, and he passed as a very, very proud Jew. Just want to conclude with, yesterday morning, I was up early, worrying about Grant. I was in the middle of reading an amazing story when we received the tragic news of Grant's passing, and how appropriate that story that I was reading, I felt connects with Grant. I would like to conclude with this story. The story goes that when the Tzemach Tzedek, the third Chabad Rebbe, was born, his mother was unable to nurse him for many different reasons. So they hired a Jewish woman from Liazna to nurse him. However, before the agreement was finalized, she was instructed by the Alter Rebbe, the child's grandfather, to come in to adhere to certain guidelines that he had to give her before she started nursing this child. Entering the Rebbe's room, the Rebbe said, when you nurse this child, even in the middle of the night, make sure that you always wash negavaser, your hands, beforehand. Additionally, you should say a blessing out loud in order that the infant will hear it. Obviously, we're talking about a very, very special lofty soul of Rebbe. Rebbe continued, as an additional reward, If you do this, I would like to bless you with arichos yamim, longevity. And she lived for many, many years. When she felt that her time to leave the world was imminent, she asked the people close to her to go reach the Rebbe who was living in Lubavitch at the time, the Tzemach Tzedek, to come to her house. And they said, the Rebbe can't come to every person's house. She said, he will come. Tell him this is I am the woman who nursed you as a young child. As the person came to the Rebbe stopped what he was doing and right away he went to this woman's house. When he arrived, the lady thanked him for coming and said to him, I don't have anyone to say Kaddish for my neshama. So I am requesting that being that I faithfully fulfilled your grandfather's request and did exactly what he requested, I ask you to please say Kaddish for my neshama. The Tzemach Tzedek replied, I will definitely say Kaddish as you request. The following morning, this woman passed away and she was buried. The Alter Rebbe, as promised, said Kaddish the first mincha. And that night, the woman came to the Tzemach Tzedek in a dream and said, I take back my request. Right after you, the Rebbe, you said your Kaddish, I felt my shama being elevated from one lofty level to another level. I feel very uncomfortable being over here at such lofty people, as I know I don't belong together with these lofty souls. Please find someone else to say Kaddish for me, because I feel like I'm going too high. My dear friend, Mr. Ben Sarah, we know that you were a very, very lofty soul. And my children will always say, Grant, you are one of the 36 hidden tzaddikim of the world. You're from the 36 righteous people left. We have a right to say Kaddish for you, Grant. The entire year, I know Grant would not left any family in this world, but you left the community that cares for you. And we will make sure your legacy lives on with us. Thanks for teaching us how to live life to its fullest, to always be optimistic, and to always be thankful for the blessing that we have in our life. May his memory be a blessing of good, share in only sweetness and only happy occasions. May we all be blessed with good, sweet, and only happiness. Let us all say, Amen. So at this moment, I ask everyone to ask the forgiveness from Grant. I know he would forgive all of us at this moment. Chas Shalom. If anything that we should ask him sorry for this moment. Before we do the Kamal Irah, if I could ask everyone over here to please take a shovel and we'll pour some dirt over it and then we'll do the Kamal Irah. Just 4 shovels, please, everyone. When it's covered, you don't have to wait until it's fully covered. Just that it's covered with the. Hey, Mali Rachamim, Sheikhim Bambrimi, Nam Sevenu Chanechaina, Al Kanfei Hashmina, Emaloi Teshim Toivi, Zayar Kiamatu Vestishmas, Yusuf Benzara, Shalom, Yailamai, Abur Shanach Mispali, Badas Karas Nishmasai, Vigan Eden, Taim Nochasai, Lachim Balarachim Yasreo, with Safe Ser, Kanapod, Lavi, Mitzray Rachai, Nishmasai, Yakain Ablasai, Midrapa Shalai Mamashkabai, Vidnaima. Psalm 121. Shir la my life, Sasaina, Yalari, Meyai Yavo, Ezri, me, Madina, Yesay, Shemai Barets, Ayitima, Yudagracha, Yanum Shemracha, Inem Layana, Vela Yisha, Shomer Yisra, Madina Shemracha, Dinexil, Yaninacha, Yoim Hashem Ashleya Katam, Yareach Balayla, Adonai Yishmarcha, Bikara, Yishmar Atashacha, Adonai Yishmar Titzreacha, Miyata, Maybe see it now. A song of ascents. I lift my eyes to the mountains. From where will my help come? My help will come from the Lord, maker of heaven and earth. God will not let your foot falter. Your guardian will not slumber. Behold, the guardian of Israel, neither slumber nor sleeps. The Lord is your guardian. The Lord is your back and sleep. By your right side. By day, the sun will not harm you, nor the moon by night. The Lord will guard you before evil. The Lord will guard you from life. The Lord will guard your going and your coming, now and forever. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam dayan ha'emet. At this moment, we're reading about Tziddik Hadin, the acceptance of judgment. And although we felt like we lost a giant in this world, we know that Hashem had His reasons. Hatzur tamim v'aloi k'chol d'racham yishma ela muna ve'eina ve'al tzadik yasharu. Hatzur tamim b'chol po'al miyar marloi matikol hashalak u'matom u'mal nemis m'chayi beir choylu v'yal. Hatzur tamim b'chol maseh miyar marloi mataseh oimer v'oiseh chesed chinam v'nosaseh v'skus emekat v'seh shivaseh tzadik b'chol d'racham hatzur tamim erech payim olei rachamim hamon v'chus ma'al ha'ismoi v'chol ben aslichois ha'rachamim tzadik atamim v'chol Hashem got them like cold plates. Oh no. Danu Adonai Yitzchak Mishpatecha, Tzidkach Berechecha, Tzidkach Mishpatecha, Ve'imar Adam Mishpatecha Mishpatecha, Tzadik Adonai Yos Mishpatecha, Dayan Emes, Shevet Emes, Shevet Tzedek Ve'emes, Morach Dayan Emes, Shekol Mishpatecha Tzedek Emes, Nefesh Kol Chai B'Yedecha, Tzedek Yedecha, Rachim Avodat Tzedek Yedecha, V'Seimar L'Malach Cher Yedecha, Ve'ilo Yitzchak Rabba, Bless us each with a bunch of people. Each say my favorite word. Oh God, we cut it up like the light. Here below Shabbat, we said, Adonai Nasan, Adonai Lakach, Hashem takes and Hashem gives. We do not understand why Hashem takes and why Hashem gives. We understand it. Baruch, that Hashem is the one who blessed and gives this world life, and Hashem has Baruch Dayan Hamet. He's the true God. Before I go on to the last part over here, is there anyone that would like to share a few words about Grant? Especially, we have many people watching this online. Would anyone want to have this opportunity to come over here and share something about Grant? Just let me know. Art, come up here, please.
It was really wonderful. Jean and I had Grant over several times at our house, and it was always a wonderful guest for us. And I also had the opportunity of hosting him over my house. Art's content, we play each other, and just had some really special time with friends. So I just thank Hashem that He gave us an opportunity to be a special friend to us.
I'd like to have this opportunity here. I really appreciate you mentioning Grant. Loved music, was unbelievable. And as you all know, he has two jobs that he's very famous for. Firstly, he was the copy boy for the FBI in the 60s. He made all the copies that took all the classified information from one office to another office in the FBI, and they really, really trusted him with everything. And by the way, Grant is a great secret holder, just letting you know that. Number two is he was an air traffic quality controller. That's what brought Grant to Longmont. Could you imagine that? Grant was an air traffic quality controller. That's what brought Grant to Longmont, Colorado. I know that's amazing, but over here, Rabbi's records, it even said that that's his job occupation. Air traffic quality controller. Right. I joke around with him now. I don't want to tell him which plane to land or not. That's too dangerous. He starts landing. One of Grant's dreams were he was scared to go on a plane with his heart, irregular heartbeat. He was very, very scared that he would cause him to have a heart attack. So much years so that he could go. He had this crazy dream that the rabbi is bored and the rabbi is going to fly with him to Australia. He was in Australia again. And he asked me if he covers my ticket, will I fly with him to Australia? I said yes. Shana, what do you think about that? I mentioned a few times to Shana. Anyways, that's a great memory. Anyone else would like to share just for 30 seconds before we conclude over here? Because I know you guys are his family. Anybody else? So, to conclude, Shalom, v'sanuach, v'shalom, v'samo, v'goralech, v'liketza, v'yami. Go in peace, goes in peace, and arise to your ultimate destiny in the end of the day. We'll sing together. Hamakom, Yinachem, Etchem, V'tov, Shara, Eretz, Yerushalayim, may we only share in the a grant memory that's forever. Bila Hamovetz Netzach, Malach Adonai Elohim, Dima Me'al Kol Monim, V'chevres Apo Yasir Me'al Kol Haaretz, Adonai Tiber. Josh, would you like to share something? Oh, please, please.
He was valuable to the community because a lot of people do money, but glamorous stuff like and those like myself who are not supportive of the service is actually very valuable. Is actually a very valuable service.
Steve, you got big feet to fill now.
Yeah, I know.
Anybody else? All right. Thank you very much for coming. I want to share that you all know that you are Brad's family. And our plans, we don't know anything, but I promised him that somehow we're going to name something in Chabad significant over for him. The door, the entrance, but the grant is going to be forever and ever living in Chabad through all of us. May we only share its simplest. Thank you so very much for coming.